GamerDude 2088, and we're back for another Skylanders Ring of Heroes video. And taking a look at these nice little patch notes. I'm liking it. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Thank you, Contours. I think all the bitching I did on stream is paid off. I doubt if they're watching, but if you are, thank you. Yeah. But looking at these patch notes got me thinking about some of the other issues, because we can't stop here. As a community, we can't just be like, we got the energy kind of taken care of, but there's still other issues that I find personally and that we aren't talking enough about, but it is an issue for people like myself who like to test things out, figure things out, as further as, building our teams and our units. And the issue is the healers. I did another video talking about why Broccoli Guy is like the best fucking unit in the game, because he is, and I go on a little bit to talk about why the healers are bad in comparison to Broccoli Guy, and not every single one of them are bad. It's just a vast majority, especially early on into the game, are considerably terrible in comparison, and it almost give you the incentive of not even building anything outside of Broccoli Guy for the most part. But let's talk about why. I want to go in and talk about my buddy here, Grilla Driller, as a prime example, because you're able to get him early on, relatively easier to farm and build early on into the game. Great unit if you invest into his heal ability, like mine's max skill, really strong heals, and his heals can crit. So if you put some crit into him, he has even more powerful heals on top of it. And everybody knows Grilla Driller got them big boy heals. But the issue lies in the cost of mana. And this is what makes healers like terrible to a sense, because so many of them have this really high cost in mana, and it just doesn't end there. Other F2P units, where Hot Dog is the same way, where his heal is on such a high cost. You only get 10 mana to use. 4, that's nearly half of your mana gone, and you want most of your mana to be consumed by your attackers, your DPS. And looking at the patch notes, it seems like they are addressing some of the mana issues with skills on some of the units in the game. And I'm liking this. It looks like they're going into the right direction because of how expensive and costly it is. But we can't stop here on these few niche units for their skills and the cost of the mana consumption. We need to address the fact that the healers need this as well. And it's not even just the F2P healers. Let's go into another one. Here's a good example. Flashwing here, who also has this 4 mana cost on her heal, and it hurts so bad. And one of the best options to have in regards into a decent heal would be Deja Vu, but Deja Vu is not exactly a farmable unit, so it's harder to build a unit that isn't that farmable but has a decent mana cost for the heal that's being provided. Now, the alternative that we've been presented with that you can farm is Whirlwind, but the problem with Whirlwind goes along into the charging skill, because you have to charge first, which takes 1 turn, and then after the charge you have to queue up the heal, which takes 2 turns. Now, you might thinking, but like, chargeability is good, that's not bad, but that's 9 seconds that you have to wait to get the charge up, plus the turn that you have to get afterwards, which will make it 17 seconds off the cooldown once you have to queue it up again, which is not bad. The time frame for it is not bad, but the issue here is the AI, for the most part, is like the AI for this game kind of needs some working and some adjusting too, but we're not going to get too deep into the AI on everything, just in the fact of it'll be periods where I have to force the charge to happen because we have nothing queued up, and it seems like when we have no mana, she doesn't charge either. It's like, yo, you don't need mana for the skill. Charge the skill up. if you can charge this off cooldown as much as possible, cool, and then get a random attack in here and there. I'm not sure how the AI works in that regard, so I'm not going to just flame the AI because of this issue. But I know there's definitely need to be some changes in regards to that. That's the same with Grilla Drilla. If we take like 10% of our health, he's using his heal off like right off cooldown. It's like, yo, I need this 4 mana to go into something else, not you healing us, and we're already like decent on our heals. But it wouldn't seem as bad if it was reduced. Now, my suggestion is to take the mana cost down to 2 and maybe increase the cooldown up a bit, like maybe another 2 seconds, like an 18-second cooldown for 2 mana cost. I mean, even if you could get it down to 3 mana maybe with the same cooldown, that kind of would be cool, you know, for the units like that. I know all the cooldowns are different for each one, like, yeah, 11 seconds here, so it's different for each one, but we should have some kind of rebalancing for the way the healers work in the game, because they're not really viable, because the way the game plays is you want to have your attackers or your tanks, depending on the content, to have their skills rotating as much as possible and heals when you need though. But when you get into the harder content, you practically need a heal just about every turn, if not every turn, every chance you can get a heal up. So that means you're going to be taking significant amount of damage. So if you're healing off cooldown because of that reason and it's burning out your mana, you're never going to be able to attack, which is going to make slower run times and could cause your team to die, and only unit that survives is the healer until eventually it gets overwhelmed with the damage itself, because you just can't keep up with the healing at that point. So it's a bit of an issue, and I think we should really start talking about this. You know, get it around, pass it around community. Yo, if you happen to come by my stream or you watch my videos and you see this video and everything, when you go into somebody else's stream or you in somebody else's comment section, bring it up. Let's talk about this, because this is definitely an issue that need to be addressed. We need something for the healers, because the healers are bad. It's like when people ask me like, is Grilla Drilla good? And I can tell you like Grilla is amazing, insanely good heal potential. But why would you use Grilla Drilla that costs four mana to heal over Broccoli Guy that costs you nothing? You just need the cooldown, nothing, and then the skill ups is going to be a lot better into Broccoli than into that. And Broccoli doesn't, you know, cause you to like lose stars for completion or anything like that. Can take a good hit for you and your team can still be rolling. I mean, the 2-man team clears that we have in the distorted dimensions is it's kind of silly that we're running teams like this and not using actual healers because they're just not viable. And then Whirlwind is possibly one of the only viable ones, and it's just, and then just the AI becomes an issue at that point. So I guess that'd be something else that would have to be addressed later on. But the most important thing is making all of our healers a little more viable, because they're not at this point. I mean, like, I don't know exactly what his heal skill. 6 mana for this heal on a 30-second cooldown. Like, man, it's just too expensive. It's too expensive to, and there's nothing much more I can say about that. I'm not going to ramble on too much longer about it and everything though, but we definitely need to get to talking about making some kind of change in the cooldowns. Like I said, looking at the patch notes that's coming in for the next update looks really good. They're addressing some of the mana consumption for other unit skills and abilities, so why not the healers as well? I think they all should be addressed to some degree, especially the ones that's costing 4 to 6 mana for what the skill used for, because heals are important. It's an essential tool that's needed to keep your Skylanders alive in battle and in these kind of games in general. So when you're making healers not viable for content, that just kind of takes away some of the fun aspect in the unit building, because I know as a lot of people want to build up their heal units. They want to mess around with Hot Dog. They want to use Grilla Drilla. They want to use their Flash Wings if they can. They want to use all these different units, but they can't, and it kind of sucks. So I hope this video, you know, has been pretty insightful to somebody out there. And please do, get to talking about this amongst the community. If you one of those Reddit guys, man, post on Reddit. If you in somebody else's stream, like I said before, talk about it on the stream, talk about it on other people's videos. Let's just get this out to the community so more people can really start getting around and speaking out about this, so we're not just stuck in this broccoli guy Hiller meta forever. And give this video a big thumbs up so you can get me to the top of the food chain, because that will be greatly appreciated. Share my post. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and turn my post notifications on so you can be the first to view my content. As always, you can catch me live 9 p.m. Eastern Time to 4 a.m. Monday through Friday at twitch.tv/gamerdude2088. And I guess I'll see you in tomorrow's video, right? And I'm out. Deuces.